Well, today, Vice President Mike Pence landing at McGee-Tyson right around 11:30 this morning.
Coming to town, it was a quick visit for a meeting of conservative leaders.
Yeah, some of those who were there to greet him, U.S. Senate candidate Marsha Blackburn and Representatives Chuck Fleischman and John Duncan.
Vice President Pence giving the keynote address at the American Conservative Union's CPAC 365 event that happened earlier today.
WATE 6 on Your Side reporter Blake Stevens was there to hear the message conservatives are sending just weeks from the November election. Blake joins us right now here in the studio. And Blake, what was the Vice President's message today?
Pretty simple, Bo. It was simply to vote. The Vice President spent a lot of time touting accomplishments of the Trump administration, like tax cuts and strengthening the military, but most of the day he spent asking Republicans to show up for the polls for the midterms. The Vice President saying historically it isn't easy for the party in the White House to maintain a majority in the House and the Senate at midterms. Pence promising more law and order, immigration enforcement, and less government if Republicans can keep their majorities. A key race he touched on many times, the Tennessee race for U.S. Senate.
America faces a choice, but Tennessee faces a choice as well. A choice between liberal Phil Bredesen and a principled conservative in Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn.
The Vice President says the U.S. Senate race in Tennessee could be the deciding race that flips the Senate to the Democrats or keeps it for the Republicans. We'll have much more from the Vice President's visit coming up at 5 and 6. Bo and Lori, back to you guys.
All right, Blake, thank you so much. And not everyone here in Knoxville happy with the Vice President's visit.
A handful of protesters standing outside the convention center today. That's also where we sent WATE reporter Elizabeth Kubel.
And Elizabeth joins us now in the newsroom. Elizabeth, tell us the message being spread by this group.
Well, Lori, I'd say about a dozen people standing outside protesting Pence as well as Congressman Marsha Blackburn and their policies, holding signs like these that you see on your screen, voicing their concerns with both the current United States Vice President and the congressman bidding for a U.S. Senate seat. One protester telling me she thinks they don't stand for the average American, only standing for the top 1%.
We're trying to unite Tennessee. All Tennesseans deserve the same credibility, the same treatment as anybody who's in the top 1%.
Again, not an overwhelmingly large group of protesters out there by any means today, but I asked one of the ladies if she thought their time was successful. She told me yes. Back to you, Bo and Lori.
All right, Elizabeth, thank you so much. By the way, we mentioned it was a quick visit today for the Vice President. He's already left Knoxville. He only stayed about 4 hours. He took off for his next event in Little Rock, Arkansas.